Today is November the 28th, 11-28, and our title is Quack. Quack. Okay, let's go ahead and get our book opened up here. Don't forget to put the date, 11-28, and here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to be making a duck, and we're going to just be making the head and focusing on the beak today. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with just a simple circle. Okay, you want to kick it off to the side there so that you have room for the beak, or well, I'm sorry, the bill of the duck. So we've got the basic shape for the head. Now what we need to do is find a point maybe right about here, and I'm just going to make some lines coming out like this. Okay, in fact, one can be a little bit shorter than the other. Okay, kind of like clock hands. So right now I've got this and this. So now I'm going to bring this back at an angle, and the same angle I have here I'm going to bring here. Okay, so you can kind of see it coming to life already, I'm sure, where the beak is at. Okay, so now let's bring this back at an angle, and we're also going to bring this one, but we're going to bring it up, and I'm going to curve it a little bit. Okay, let's bring the eyes in here and here. In fact, fix that. I want this other eye to be just a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, and don't forget the pupils. Alright, and let's just start adding some details and kind of making this really into this duck head. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the top of the head. All I'm going to do is add some texture. Okay, ducks have lots of feathers, so I'm going to create some loops kind of going this way and that off of his head and coming down into the neck. And I'm going to go back and erase any lines that I can see. So if you can see those little lines in there, go ahead, get in there with your eraser and get those out of there, because we don't want to see those. Okay, so we've got his head. Now let's go on to the beak. I'm sorry, I said beak again. Bill. Ducks have bills. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to start right here by the eye. What I'm going to do is bring an eyelid down like that, just a little curved line. And now I'm going to bring this out, and I'm going to curve it and make a loop right here like that. And where this line is at, I'm just going to bring this and go down and curve it and bring it back like that for a smile. So now I can erase this line right here, this little line, and this one right here. Okay, so I have that. Right at this point, I'm going to come down from the mouth inside and then curve that back up, and I'm just going to round this off a little bit and bring this up right here and make some curves. Okay, erase anything you don't need, again, guidelines, anything like that, get rid of it. And we're going to go ahead and bring the neck down and erase this line where the head was at. Okay, so you've got the duck now. Let's make a triangle right in there for his tongue, and we'll add some shading and we'll be done. So I'm going to add some shading inside of his mouth. I'm going to do a fairly dark to medium gray. I don't want to cover up the tongue too much because I still want to see that. So as you move down, just lighten it up. Okay, and we're going to bring one more line right back. If you see this curving right here, boom. Okay, just like that, the top of the bill. In fact, not two lines, but one line will do. Okay, so we have the top of the bill now. Let's add just a little bit of shading in that, right in there. And I'm going to add a little bit of shading right here. Okay, underneath. So I've got the shading here, here, and here. I'm also going to do some on the on the right side of his head, moving down. And if I need to, I can go back and darken some of these feather lines and add a few more in to complete this texture. Okay, and there you have it. There is your duck head. So I'd like you to make one of these today. Please make sure that you erase any lines or marks that you don't need, that you add your shading in all the areas, you add your texture to the feathers, and that you also make sure you are adding all the little details like the lines for the eyes. And then don't forget these lines that are separating parts of the bill and the tongue in the middle of the mouth. Don't forget that as well.